They have given us only 3 lectures of programming. Three students are enthusiastic. We could cater only 30-40 students, but they are coming in last number, so we have separated into 3 batches, junior and senior batches. And then all of them we are selecting 14 or 10, 20 students to this, which we are preparing for Tokyo Marathon and other competitions.
Engineer is coming and is providing training on the course.
After innovation is selling one method, so we are doing a monthly existing model prototypes.
Any scope for enhancing the body space research and
Yes,
just to give the idea of what we learn
yes, sir.
about the spaces and then we may create some kind of space
Yes, sir. Last, we have the telescope also, three telescopes we are having, telescopic projects. Last time for this Sunday and this Sunday, all of our students was also selected. Right, yes, this was
Maybe we are and we also invite.
yes, sir. From India is only one. From our school only two are selected. All over India, only one. And those 3 students, 하이서 사업은 이제 한다 인지니어링 못하는 거죠. this nearest to the America and the engineering channel of the whole 못하는 거죠. Alumni, yes, yes, yes. Alumni I'm still working. Whenever I have to work for one after that, I could do engineer. I'm an electricity department. Minister Thora will help our students come out and they help us when this problem.
Now the same thing we are applying to external affairs also.
Okay, sir.
Where there is our diaspora,
Sir.
we are using to strengthen our relationship.
Children are there in one section.
It seems to be very consistent. You know,
Yes, sir.
see, as per modern norms, of course in higher education, at least one student, the flexibility, and this hearing also not some
Just a temporary only we are using because of the tight schedule program. 13 only we have this.
Yeah, please kindly put up those things.
Yes, sir.
We also, on behalf of you,
Yeah.
please provide your communication and methods.
This every year there is no sanction once in a year. Only 1 lakh they are sanctioning normal for furnitures.
But with computer lab, we have
But special.
but this also, it should be lucrative. Now please train our younger generation in the form of deluxe style. Let them spend their life in deluxe. Also should be deluxe.
Revolving chair and other things are there.
But the space is
So we'll accept one more lesson, but we have to be ready.
Designing में चाहा था मुझे डिजाइनिंग में था तो मैं बड़ी क्या था
On the side.
how many people?
40 are there, sir. 40 are there. 3 computers will come. 20 level science. This is
plain paper. Folding by folding, they show different angles. And also Gandhi is to them exercises deep plain paper and like different also. So that they will understand. Practically. Okay, great.
Request our Vidyalaya staff for the presentation of bouquet and mementos to our guests. Dr. Ranjan ji. May I now request our Vidyalaya principal sir to present the bouquet and so to our respected additional district magistrate, Dr. Balam Lenin, MCS. Thank you, sir. Now may I request our Vidyalaya host principal, Dr. Nandagopal sir, to felicitate our Honorable Assistant Commissioner MDS, Sri Ajay Kumar ji. Now may I request our Vidyalaya principal sir to please present a bouquet and memento to our Honorable Retired Deputy Commissioner MDS. Thank you, sir. Now may I request our host principal and our school staff will kindly guide, please. We have principals. Yes, sir. We have Jen Tameng representative. We have Jen Kumbong West Principal Galway, sir. We have Jen of Jen Celebrity One Principal Canadation, sir. We have representative of Genvi Umatel Global, Satpati. Thank you very much, sir.
Just sir want to read out. You can read. Let everybody will listen. Come with my
Kerala Patil Palace, Atal Tinkari computer, junior science and maths labs, mathematical garden and water fountain, inaugurated by Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Honorable Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, Government of India, in the presence of Srimati Kumantam Diana IAS. Of course, Madam was not there, that's why yes, and Chairman BMC, Vidyalaya Management Committee, Deputy Commissioner in Police, Sri Ajay Kumar, Assistant Commissioner in Ms. Aroshana, myself, Principal JNV Imphal East, Manipur, on Monday 18th October 2021, staff and students, JNV Imphal East.
Information Secretary, PGT Manipuri, working at JNB Umbo. Sir, please. Next, P. Basanta, Treasurer. And I would like to once again call upon our one of the teachings responsibilities. Sir, now, please, Umbo. He is the president of Upper Hill. A small introduction. Sir, please come over, please. Our president is the presenting Mr. Langan to.
Keeping with all your grievances, my sincere appeal is that now National Education Policy 2020 has already launched and 1 year has already completed. So, in this context, I want to get a feedback from the principals of JNB. During the last 1 year, with the introduction and implementation of the National Education Policy 2020, how far or how much have you been gone through the policy and at the level of implementation, particularly in your school level? That I want to get from all of you, and so that we may have a thoughtful interactions. So to have a conducive discourse among ourselves, see, National Education Policy 2020 is a typical and total educational revolution in the country of our India. And it has two main objectives. One is employable. Employable, I mean not for salaried employed, not only for salaried employed. He or she pass out under this new education policy, he has the capacity or she has the capacity to do something, to earn something, and having some entrepreneurship ideas with them, so that they have to livelihood will be maintained properly after passing from this. And second one is problem-solving capacity students. Problem-solving capacity should be imparted by the National Education Policy to the new students. So problem-solving, how to keep it, and how we could produce employability. Perhaps all of us well aware that this education system is in collaborative or in action or jointly with the skilling process, vocational, scientific temper. These are all in collaborative activities. So how far your JNB at different districts of the state is prepared on this issue that I want to know.
Respected sir, that at the very outset, sir, as I have perceived for National Education Policy, which has recently introduced in the country, that only few problems which is faced by each and every Vidyalaya or school of children, I would like to focus, sir. Due to the COVID pandemic, sir, that nowadays it is impossible to do physical classroom classes, sir. As a result, where we are focusing to online classes. And for online classes, that what we need is a good internet connectivity, not only for the teachers, for the students also. right? And especially for our Northeast JMBs, that initially we were asked to take classes through Google Meet. Google Meet. So almost all the teachers, they have been trained and they are well acquainted with this Google Meet. Then later on, at the beginning of this year, that our authority has asked to switch over to Microsoft Teams. Of course, Microsoft Teams, it is used by most of the developed countries like America, where their internet access are very fast. So, in my own Vidalaya, that due to the strong instruction from higher authority, I used to compel my teachers, my staff, to start with Microsoft Teams. I have seen the advantages and the privilege of Microsoft Teams over Google Meet. It is true, sir. But the problem faced is that even though when we are, our teachers are taking classes through Microsoft Teams, which consumes a lot of data, the internet data. In fact, then the cruel that our teachers are taking these online classes by using dongle or Jio-Fi, either through Jio network or Airtel. There is no other connectivity. But after my joining, I am trying to install internet lease line 15 Mbps with Bharat Airtel. That proposal has been sent to R also. Soon I may install it, sir. And users may be solved. But the real problem is most of the students of the Ukhrul district, they are from interior, far-flung areas where there is no proper internet and their parents are very poor. No chance to purchase a good mobile. And this MS Team, a simple mobile, it's not possible to work. That Android phone with good quality only can utilize it, sir. So the attendance of students is degrading after switching over from Google Meet to MS Teams, sir. That is one of the most major challenges that is facing. So I don't know that, sir, our authority may suggest, sir. Thank you, sir.
The authority has already launched. Prime Minister eBTR and many other satellite things has already, for the 24 hours is running on. So offline also you can choose it instead of this online as a preliminary measures. Now my issue is that not on that. That will be coming out soon. At the national level, these are all we are in the discussion how to implement and how to process this digital platform. My basic issue is that, particularly in the school education, under this new education policy, mother tongue is one of the reasons. Why mother tongue? In the lower class, if you taught your students by mother tongue, then it can be process of critical thinking. Once he or she is conceived with your own mother tongue without any language barrier, then you can develop the conceptual framework with the brain. This is number one, without any sophisticated things. So did you prepare for this? That I want to know. And about that, the faceless or digital, these are all in the process of digital architect platform. It will come very soon. And in the meantime, as per report, I don't know in the ground reality, in all the panchayat areas, broadband fiber optic connectivity was given. So in a panchayat around 1.5 kilometers, you can use that also. Not for, it may not be available to others, but at least to start in the surrounding panchayat that can also be started. But reality is that when I check it, some of the panchayat, everything is there, computer is there, and fiber optic is there, but there is no connection and activation is not there. What is the reason behind? I do not know. And even in the hill district, all the village authorities where DTIs has already installed, as per report to the government of India, and we got a report, all are connected facelessly. But I do not know in reality. That's why I wanted to see on the spot whether it is activated or not. And this is another thing. Then, kindly tell me others also. I'll just inform you that PME media is there, and the digital architect is coming, then connectivity and data is another issue. But say, for example, about the data, in the normal time, when you teach the class, did you use your, you have mentioned the required data, is it used or not used, only when the online you start then you need the data or not? That also I want to know.
Principal K. Pao. As far as this implementation of NEP 2020 and the three agenda whatever just listed that we have already implemented also. In almost now nowadays these three systems are being implemented. First one is that skill development courses. Already as per the direction of Sabiti as well as per the direction of CBSE, we have introduced the skill course from class 6 to 12. In our school is concerned, we have introduced computer application from class 6 to 10, and then from class 11 and 12, we have introduced IP, information practices. These two courses are being taught by special teachers appointed by Sabiti. One is FCSE, Faculty Cum System Administration, from 6 to class 10, and for class 11 and 12, a separate BTech computer teacher is appointed by Sabiti as a PGT IP. So this particular course for development of skill of the student, this course is being implemented at very now. And second one is problem solving by the students. And various steps we are taking to create the awareness among the students to solve their own problems. We have two counselors appointed by Sabiti, one male and female. They are directly having that one-to-one interaction with the students, and they are motivating the children to overcome all their mental issues. That is one. Second one is CBSE itself has introduced problem solving questions in the CBSE pattern question papers in all the subjects, including languages, mathematics, science, and all the subjects. They have introduced that kind of pattern of the questioning, and students will be able to deal with the emergency situation, whatever it comes. And moreover, we, the teachers and the principal, all are staying in this campus 24 hours throughout the year, 9 months of the year. And students are with us, and we are also striving hard to inculcate such kind of qualities in them. The third one is in respect of implementation of mother tongue. In mother tongue, already nowadays system has a three language format. In my school is concerned, Mao is concerned, and the area is having the different dialects, because there is no literature. And we have introduced Manipuri there, and the children are studying Manipuri as a first language, English and Hindi. These three languages are being taught in our school. So children will be able to cope up with these three languages, and they are also very much interested to learn all these things. So these three major items which is being introduced by the NEP 2020 is being effectively introduced and followed in our school. Thank you very much.
Computer lab or up to there is only one. Only one.
Other schools can be there. Two labs are there. One is donated by Samsung. That is smart lab, which is being having a touch screen TV facility. Another one is for the junior classes. That is also one with more than 40-50 systems are there in one lab that children are using whenever they are going to lab.
How many Navodayas are not having computer lab?
All the schools are there.
All have. So what you are using that lab now? For what purpose the computer labs are in your school?
Teaching practicals to the children.
What kind of teaching?
Computer practices. Software and hardware, both are
That much only. That is the computer configurations. But applied on the computer, about the language, about the chemistry, about the English.
Yes.
No, you have to use and transform that computer lab as a language lab also you can do it. So why didn't you use such kind of things? Please
Yes.
kindly exercise on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I request all the principal to just take a few minutes because ministers are having another program at 1 o'clock. Please brief your. Please don't take.
Represent of your sir. The new master Kachin Kunogi. Sir, what are problem like you matang you Sadazu height knowledge like and sir. To contractors army having a way knowledge. Kitan to Yangson Dinava. Adu school you wegi sakri am do matam again. Then as a whole sir, as a whole number as a whole, like in addition to the point sir has just mentioned sir. Like in KVs and other organizations like Navodaya and KV Kendra Vidyalaya, they are the autonomous organization under the Ministry of Education, under U department. Sir. The problem we face is that the councillor is not a regular post. The post of councillor, a male councillor and a female councillor, is not a regular post. So as and when we require counselling to the students, since the body students are in residential school, they have to stay the 9 months with us. So as a teacher and acting as a housemaster, we are not able to do our duty as a housemaster, as a board and as a counselor. So this is my representing the body staff, sir. Like, can the post of counselor be appointed as a regular, sir? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, about the waters and others, I would like to suggest to our Navodaya groups, particularly Ajayji, say when we propose to construct the building of Navodaya, we should think about the rainwater harvesting and green energy like solar, and that kind of thing has to be done. And the president or something like that, Mr. Paul, he suggested about the disaster certificate. No, it's a compulsory. It's a compulsory and it has to be certified. If the building is not suitable for the students, we have to change it or strengthen it because since Northeast India belongs to the highly seismic zone and also in the hill area, particularly Mau area, the lands are not stable. It is always landslide and landslips is going on. So under such circumstances, seeing the location of the school, there should also be some kind of structural design should also be suggested to resist any kind of the disaster. And secondly, I would like to appeal to the government of Manipur also. When allotting the land, of course we need to a far-flung area, to an underdeveloped area, if the institution is come, it will influence for development. I do agree. But once we choose in a remotest area for such an institution, then the government should also, when they provide the land free of course perhaps, without premium. So when they provide, and this Navodaya is serving for the state's children, so they should also provide road connectivity and even at least some minimum infrastructure like the fencing that can be contributed by the government concerned. So I would also like to appeal to the government of Manipur to have the road connectivity, at least leading to that from the main road up to the institution, that the state should have responsible on that. And about the water, rainwater harvesting is here. Even then, under Prime Minister Modi, Sri Narendra Modi ji assured by 2022, all the household will be connected to their potable waters. Why not for the institution? And the Har Ghar Jal scheme is there, under Jal Shakti. Whether that project under the government of India assigned to the state of Manipur, did they cover such kind of the national institute? If not, we have to inform the concerned authority to link with the Jal Jeevan Mission to this school. Not only this school, it should also link with the KBS also. Now, these are all the prime things to be taken up by the concerned state also. So I hope I will also appeal to the state government, and also I will try to write from the center also to provide at least what we call usable all-weather road, and then the water issue, and on the other hand, is trying to have something kind of green building concept when a new building is started.
Good afternoon, sir. NS Singh from JNBJ Sampi, sir. We have three major problems. One is our permanent site construction was sanctioned in 2013, and it was given to the CPW, but not yet started till now, permanent site. And the second is...
And I try to get at least some scientists, space scientists from Northeast India. But from Northeast India, I found one from Meghalaya and then from Tripura, but not from Manipur. But that time of launching, we suggested students should invite and witness the launching of satellite. And if he or she has the chance to exposure on that. Now we are talking about the artificial intelligence. That humanoids and others are already developed in the space research institution without mandating sail in space and will give the information. Even now in some of the hospitals there is what you call digital nurse, robotic. They will go and see the people where what is the temperature, what is the BP level, they will give it. And this kind of the trend is all over the world. If we are not switched on and catch up and giving such kind of a new frontal area of science to our younger mind, then we will be leaving behind. So I would like to appeal all the principals of the Navodaya, please try to switch on such kind of artificial intelligence and robotic, and these will be the future course of action in all the front of livelihood. So we have to do it and kindly think it on that and submit the Atul Lab. How many Atul Lab? So I think I will also try to have Atul Lab to each and every Navodaya. And in the meantime, all these implementations are assigned to CBSE and then to Research Training Education, National Council for Research Education, and all these infrastructures are responsible by the AICT, Indian Council of Technical Education. So these are the combination of the activities is the total sense of this new education policy. So we are ready to provide smart board, and of course, first question is that perhaps I asked to Paul one time, did the employees, whether it may be teachers or non-teaching of Navodaya, are fully vaccinated or not? All the family members of the Navodaya in the state of Manipur, students and parents, namaste, sabko namaste. I am very happy to see this Navodaya campus. Why? Because early 80s and late 70s, I was involved in the All India People's Science Movement under the chairmanship of the then chairman of University Grants Commission, Professor Yoswal. And that movement, we try to give scientific and science education, methods of teaching to all the schools and children's far-flung area or remote area. But now, that time, we thought that how could we reach out to the rural and hilly terrain areas. And also very difficult. In the year 1984, we tried to establish the Department of Science and Technology in each and every steps. That was after the Bhopal gas tragedy. And that has to give scientific intervention to all the policy making of the state, either in education or in the development of infrastructure. And that was there, but till today, it is not to the level of participation for all sectors of the state planning is yet to be achieved. But here, when I entered today, the Narmada Authority provide me in a very ample opportunity for me to open mathematics lab and then twinkle computer and senior, junior mathematics lab. These are all the methods of teaching to show this young mind vividly by their hand practice itself. This is one of the most effective means of teaching to the young mind, and certainly it will inculcate many generations, young generation, to the level of the national level, and even in the participation of all kinds of frontal areas of the new education, even the cloth itself. Perhaps we also recall, sometimes I very repeatedly mention about that, when we see the literacy rate of the country, we were always said that India is poorly educated. But if you look back up to 2000 years ago, if we look at India is the platform, and India is the only country where the formal education system was established when other part of the countries were blind. Example is that Takshashila and Nalanda University, more than 20,000 students all over the world were gathered in Nalanda in Patna, and they educated, even the Chinese, they educated from us. And that was our country's of the world Vishwaguru about the education. Why we lag behind it? We are choosing the Western education not suited with our the soil. So we are trying to make it as per our the country's philosophy, desire, and skill, and so that we may compete with the whole world. And for this also, Honorable Prime Minister very frequently said about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliance. Whatever we are giving education, that's why I said it in this discussion, it should be problem solving, it should be employable. Whatever we taught, when go back to the home after the schooling, if they are not able to do practice their hand and mind, then what is the use of teaching the decorative education? And that is completely changed by under this national education policy. With this few words, once again, Ajayji and principal and whole community of the Narvodaya school, don't forget Narvodaya is meant for the poor citizen of the country. KVS is for mainly for those services group. But Narvodaya is especially meant for the poor groups of people, economically backward groups of people. So we should, our mass, our income is very less. The poor peoples are accumulated in our country, and that's why national leaders are giving trust to the Narvodaya school and also Eklavya. Eklavya is run totally by the Scheduled Caste and Tribe Ministry. So our government directly linked with the Narvodaya. KVS, Sainik, of course, funding is done by the Home Minister, but the whole curriculum system made by the NCERT and implemented by the whole school system. And national education policy, perhaps I hope if I have this kind of pleasure from this, the Narvodaya school, I certainly hope that our national education policy will attain what the nations feel. With these few words, once again, I thank all the communities of the Narvodaya, specifically the Narvodaya of this the beautifully located landscape of Imphal East. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of State for Education and Minister of State for External Affairs, sir. Your presence has blessed us. This will go down in the annals of the history of JNV College. It will be written with golden colors. You have given us your valued time. You have guided us. Your words have enlightened us. We promise. Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Ranjan. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of the Vidyalaya Parivar, we extend our heartfelt gratitude and thanks for your presence here. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.